there's a new bogeyman at the fun fair, the apparition you use to scare your children with. Shoes used to be demonised once upon a time. More recently, it was blacks. And now it's Muslims. It's more than a year now since Tony Blair said the rules have changed. And judging by the government's actions since then, he wasn't joking around.
There's an issue here, and the issue is that of communication. If you cannot see somebody's face.
It is a mark of separation, and that's why it makes other people from outside of the community feel uncomfortable.
There are fanatics who are looking to groom and brainwash children in these communities.
So here's the really scary thing. Inside the liberal left, where for years now multiculturalism has been an absolute byword, there are suddenly big and scary changes underway. It seems the Islington set has realised that there's a whole world out there in which political correctness just doesn't wash.
You've had so many ministers and now the Prime Minister come out in favour of what Jack Straw said, then there's obviously coordination, there have obviously been debates and obviously people are trying to think it through. It's very difficult. I mean, it's very difficult to know what to do. And for all the criticism Straw and Willis have, you know, they are in northern towns which aren't multicultural and some happy, you know, we're in Islington and London and all these cuisines, and it all looks jolly nice. They're in towns like Burnley and Oldham are essentially bicultural. They're like mini Belfast. There's unacknowledged green lines down the middle of them.
Tough times then to be wearing the veil, with people looking at you strangely. Why or what are you hiding? Jack Straw's big intervention about women who wear the veil certainly had a resonance with the majority and apparently a direct impact on the streets.
I think it's absolutely shameful that ministers are talking about something really is quite minute. It's a 6-inch square piece of cloth, and as a result, within 2 days of Jack Straw making his comments, a woman was attacked, a veiled woman was attacked in Liverpool.
But the point about the new thinking on Muslims is that nearly all shades of opinion say the same thing. This is Barking in East London, where the British National Party recently won 12 out of 13 seats in council elections. For years, Labour here was reviled as the great supporter of the immigrant plague. But just listen to what they think of Labour now.
I do agree with it, but not only because I'm a BNP member, as a citizen of the country, but, you know, I think they're totally right in what they say. How can you have a driving licence done with half your face covered, or any other photograph that is needed for identity? It's impossible.
So what does it say about politics that there seems to be agreement on Muslim integration between the Alf Garnets of this world and the chattering classes? Can there really be no other opinion?
One of the problems for the left is that, having championed diversity issues around gender, around ethnicity and so on, it doesn't quite know how to deal with issues around faith. It doesn't know how to think about religion. I think a lot of people on the secular left think, sorry, we don't do God. We want this to go away. If everyone stopped believing in such superstitious nonsense, it'd be much easier to run our society.
So these are fluid times for society, no question, and the bald fact is that most British whites feel affronted and most Muslims see themselves as under siege. The government may feel it has right on its side, but as long as the messages boil down to ones that say, shop your children to the police and don't wear the veil, it's really hard to see how Muslims can feel included. Lawrence Lee, Sky News.